West Ham agreed a transfer deal with Arsenal, but player had other plans. West Ham United had reportedly agreed a deal in principle with Arsenal over the transfer of left-back Kieran Tierney, though he is favouring a move to his former club Celtic instead. Tierney has completely fallen out of favour at Arsenal, and it's not too surprising to see that the Scotland international seems to be coming towards the end of his time at the Emirates Stadium. Still, it seems West Ham were unable to get a deal done for Tierney despite reaching an agreement with Arsenal. That's according to Hammers News, who cite information from journalist Graham Bailey, with the likes of Leicester City and Brentford also mentioned as suitors for the 27-year-old. West Ham could have done well to bring in a proven Premier League fullback like Tierney this January, but it seems they will now have to move on to other targets. It will be interesting to see if West Ham now try their luck with moves for other left-backs this winter. Emerson Palmieri has mostly been Julian Lopetegui's first choice, but some doubts remain over his consistency at this level. With West Ham generally struggling for form this season, one imagines fans would welcome changes in a number of key positions. There aren't any other specific names out there in the rumour mill at the moment, but the Hammers will probably be assessing their options after the blow of missing out on Tierney. One imagines other positions might also be a priority, however, and that a new left-back coming in might hinge on other factors, such as whether or not Emerson even stays at the London Stadium. Arsenal and Liverpool to rival Real Madrid for a star, who is second best in the world in his role. Arsenal and Liverpool have been mentioned as clubs keen on signing Martin Zubimendi. The 25-year-old Spanish international was heavily linked with a move to Liverpool at the start of the season, but he ended up staying at Real Sociedad. According to Vigaches, Real Madrid are now keen on signing the player, and the likes of Arsenal and Liverpool will rival them for his signature. It remains to be seen whether they can convince the player to move to the Premier League. Zubimendi has established himself as a key player for club and country. He could prove to be a superb addition to the Arsenal midfield. Jorginho is past his peak and he will need to be replaced. Zubimendi will add control and composure to the Arsenal midfield, and he will help out defensively as well. Similarly, Liverpool need more depth in the middle of the park, and Zubimendi seems like the ideal fit for them. The player has a £51 million release clause in his contract, and it will be interesting to see if the Reds are willing to pay up. The player is entering the peak years of his career, and he will want to compete at the highest level. Joining an elite club will be quite attractive for him. Meanwhile, Real Madrid need to plan for a future without the likes of Luka Modric, and it's no surprise they are keen on the Real Sociedad star. It will be interesting to see if they can win the race for his signature. Spanish national team manager Luis de la Fuente recently described him as the second best holding midfielder in the world, and he could transform all three clubs in the middle of the park. Arsenal and Manchester United on alert for potential €65 million attacker transfer. It's looking increasingly likely that Dusan Vlahovic will leave Juventus, with both Arsenal and Manchester United among the clubs eyeing up a potential transfer. Sources have told Count Offside that Juve are planning a meeting over Vlahovic's future in February, with the expectation being that they will set an asking price of around €65 million for the Serbia international, as he is now closer to signing a new contract. Vlahovic has long been highly regarded for his performances in Serie A, particularly during his days as a youngster at Fiorentina, and he is shown some promise during his time at Juventus as well, even if he has not been quite as consistent as some might have hoped. Arsenal and Man United are both admirers of the player, however, and Count Offside understands that the two Premier League clubs are joined by Paris Saint-Germain in monitoring his situation during this uncertain period. Even if Vlahovic isn't the best striker in the world, he has his qualities and could be a useful option for Arsenal and United to consider, though perhaps not at €65 million. Scout Offside understands that the Red Devils are looking to make changes up front and could offload Joshua Zirkzee already, and that could pave the way for a possible swap deal, as Juve are interested in the former Bologna forward. PSG are also looking to offload players before bringing in Vlahovic or someone similar, with Randall Kolo Muani available after struggling to make an impact at the Parc des Princes. Arsenal, meanwhile, don't currently have anyone they want to offload, but it seems clear they need more depth in attack after the injury to Bukayo Saka and some slightly indifferent performances from the likes of Kai Havertz and Gabriel Jesus in recent times. Vlahovic could be an upgrade and give Arsenal something a bit different in attack, and fans will be desperate for almost anyone to come in and breathe new life into their title challenge this season. Arsenal make first approach for attacker with impressive 43 goals and 20 assists. Arsenal have seen an opening bid rejected for Botafogo star Igor Jesus, according to Brazilian outlet RTI Esporte. The Gunners are said to be in the market for a stopgap solution to their attack amid an injury crisis, with key forward Bukayo Saka sidelined for several weeks due to a hamstring injury sustained against Crystal Palace last week. The situation has been further complicated by Raheem Sterling's knee problem. They have been linked with several attackers, including Wolves star Matheus Cunha, Newcastle's Alexander Isak, and RB Leipzig striker Benjamin Sesko. While the likes of Isak may not be available before the end of the season, the club has made a move to get an immediate reinforcement. As per the Brazilian outlet, Arsenal had a loan offer rejected for the 23-year-old, who has scored 8 goals and assisted another 5 in 31 games this season, continuing his form from Shabab Al Ahli, where he scored 43 goals and assisted 20 across all competitions. As per the report, the club are not willing to loan him out, but he will be open to a permanent sale. He has a 100 million euros in his contract, but 20 million euros could be enough to land him this month. Meanwhile, a report from Team Talk claims that the Gunners are among the clubs showing interest in signing Brighton's Ivan Ferguson on loan as well, but any loan deal will come with an option or obligation to sign permanently. However, they will face tough competition for Ferguson, with several other Premier League clubs keen on signing him. While Isak remains the dream target, a move this month is impossible, but they might need to bolster their attack if they want to continue to give Liverpool a run for the title. The weekend's results saw both Arsenal and Liverpool draw their respective games, keeping the current gap between them to 6 points. While Liverpool have a game in hand, there is still a long way to go, and the title is still not out of Arteta's reach. Arsenal ready to move for potential club record transfer. Arsenal are reportedly making Newcastle United striker Alexander Isak a key target for the summer transfer window. The Sweden international has been on fire for Newcastle again this season, as he continues to establish his reputation as one of the top attacking players in Europe, as well as one of the biggest talents in the Premier League as a whole. Arsenal looks like they are missing a world-class all-rounder up front, with uncertainty of Kai Havertz's best position in the long run, while an alternative is needed to prevent Mikel Arteta and co. remaining to overly reliant on Bukayo Saka. According to Football Insider, Isak is now emerging as Arsenal's top priority, though a deal will probably have to wait until the summer. The report from Football Insider adds that Newcastle value Isak at around £150 million, which would mean Arsenal smashing their previous transfer record. As reported by BBC Sport at the time, Declan Rice joined for a club record £100 million in the summer of 2023, and the former West Ham man has proven a superb investment. Isak also looks like he'd surely be worthy every penny if Arsenal will splash on his signature, though of course £150 million simply may not be realistic for the Gunners in this era of financial fair play. Newcastle won't want to sell Isaac, with the 25-year-old proving to be a crucial player for Eddie Howe's side once again this season, as they look like establishing themselves as serious top 4 contenders. It would take a major rebuilding job by Newcastle to recover from Isaac's departure, and it would also be a major blow for them to see him at one of their Premier League rivals. That means a huge asking price is surely reasonable from their perspective, so it will be interesting to see if Arsenal are willing to go anywhere close to that figure. I will be uploading daily Arsenal news, so keep your eyes on the channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Peace out.